Hey, you caught me mid-coffee drink. I actually started on time this Sunday. Oh my god. It's like a fucking miracle or some shit. Or some shit. You know, something like that. Why is this? Hello? What the fuck? There we go. Anyway, greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Michael Schwan. Welcome to the stream. Today is Sunday, February 6th, 2022, which means it's time for Creative Sunday, where I sit down and we work on things for a few hours that are not necessarily just content-driven Twitch streaming. We'll edit YouTube videos, script YouTube videos, work on getting them built. We'll do other back-end work. We built a website for a little while that I still haven't actually launched yet because I'm waiting for things. Yeah. And, yeah, it's great. It's awesome. It's super happy fun time. We sit here, we chat, we discuss creative process or whatever might come up in the conversation, and we go from there. But we do fill it as well with Stream Raiders, and we will get that started right now. We're actually almost to the end of this event, although I still feel like they extended this a week, and I don't remember them saying that they had extended a week. I'm really bad at announcing, at reading the announcement channel for Stream Raiders, though. Okay, yeah, it was extended to February 15th. Why? You know what? Don't answer that, Captain TV. Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Because their next event isn't ready. Yeah, that's why I said don't answer that. Because I knew the answer was something like that, and this event was already such a, like such a stopgap, such a heavy stopgap already. Let me open up Athena's Stream Raiders. Although, dude, speaking of Stream Raiders, one thing that's really wild to me is they recently announced that they're doing this testing phase, essentially. They're in this testing phase right now of allowing people to get Stream Raiders affiliate with lower numbers. Instead of needing 30 concurrent viewers, you only need 20, which is, you know, still a considerable number. But it will mean that more people are able to get Stream Raiders affiliate than before. But my question was, like, again, like, why? Why make it easier? I know that a lot of people have, I don't want to necessarily complained, but expressed the difficulty of getting Stream Raiders affiliate. Which, like, 30 concurrent viewers, that's a pretty good number. You're doing pretty fucking well for yourself. It's not enough to, you know, support yourself, but it's better than most people think it is in the grand scheme of things in terms of Twitch viewership and stuff like that. But in 20 is as well. Why make it easier? Because people want it that way. Honestly, I think it is. Well, here's the thing, though, all right? On one circumstance, in part, I would agree with you, right? Enough people complained, saying, hey, it's too difficult to get Stream Raiders affiliate. Can you please make it easier? And maybe that's what it is. But also, like, so one weird part with that is Athena Latina is a Stream Raiders affiliate, and I am also, I wouldn't necessarily say friends, but I at least am connected to and talk to a few other Stream Raiders affiliates and a couple Stream Raiders partners. And the main appeal of getting Stream Raiders affiliate and partner is getting your own skins in the game, right? Which makes sense, like, and that's one thing that a lot of people want, is to be able to get their own skins in the game. But everyone I know that I've talked to is that Captain TV is backed up for months when it comes to getting people's skins out. Like, one person I know, even their flag bearer, which their flag bearer is literally just take this image, fit it on a flag, pick the flag color, and launch it. Their flag bearer took like a month just to get a flag bearer out. And head skins are backed up, full skins are backed up, and I'm like, is it really a good idea right now to add a whole nother wave of brand new creators, especially because your very first full skin after you become a Stream Raiders affiliate only costs 30 or 35 skin points, which a lot of people, that you can get that very quickly. Even if you're very small, people will be excited to support you by buying your flag bearer skin or gifting it or whatever. And with that, it means that there's another full skin that's immediately coming out. And then most people, like, where am I at right now? If I got affiliate, I would have five or six head skins that would immediately come out. If you're a high earning streamer, they can do it within 3 hours for flag bearer and head skins. They can, but that doesn't mean that they will. So it seems odd to me from a business, like from a logistical standpoint, to add an immense amount of load to you. However, one thing that it will also do, they also hired a bunch of artists, they answered. Interesting. I don't know if we've seen the results of those yet. One other thing that it will do, though, is that it'll also result in at least a very short-term increase in revenue. Because a lot of the larger creators, I believe that a lot of their cash flow doesn't necessarily come from the release of new skins, but comes from people gifting skin bombs, 5-packs and stuff like that in there while they're live and stuff like that. Here, I think it's this one. But new content, new affiliates, a lot of theirs doesn't come from skin bombs, but instead comes from purchases of the newly released skin. Welcome to the gym. So I wonder if it's just a way to get more money quickly too. Which initially doesn't make sense to me because, I mean, they just got an infusion of, what, $10 million?
Thank you, and enjoy.
2422, about as many as last week, but there should be a number climbing as we continue ramping up more artists. When asked about the number of skins being released from week to week. Hiring more artists, we also don't want to anticipate a huge jump immediately in the art pipeline, as affiliates will mostly be getting flag bearers first, which is largely automated. It's automated? I don't know if I believe that. I mean, maybe it is. Largely automated, depends on what they mean. Largely is flowery language, and I hate it. That's fair.
And enjoy.
Like, what does that mean? What do you mean by largely automated? That could mean so many things. What I imagine is that when you submit them their like the picture of whatever it is that you're wanting to use, a computer tries to like slot it where it should be, and then somebody manually reviews it. Like, you submit it to the form builds it, and then somebody on the Captive TV team reviews it and approves it. That's what I could imagine, and they can probably do, like, you know, like, oh, it positioned it too far to the right, it'd be more centered over here or something like that. But what that also tells me, though, is that whoever's job it is to review it doesn't review them very often or very quickly, because I know people that were waiting for flag bearers, and if it's largely automated, then I feel like it should have happened like if you missed the Friday, like let's say you got approved for affiliate on like Wednesday, so you missed the Friday release of your like you get approved for it on Wednesday, you submit your flag bearer on Wednesday, and it's like that's too soon to get it onto that Friday in 2 days. It should be out in 9 days on the following Friday. But I know somebody who is waiting like over 3 weeks for theirs. As automated is changing your profile picture, I think. It's totally automated. What are you talking about? Oh. Ugh. But I mean, there will be a lot more affiliates. Like it takes your picture now, gives you the option to zoom in and what shows up in the corner round thing. Yeah, probably something like that. Who knows? Who knows? I don't. Hello. Good morning, Dibdib. No. One or two. 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 One, two. One, two. One. We're gonna go with one. Coffee, lunch, and friends sounds good to me. Heck yeah, it does. That sounds so great. I miss people. I went to like for a little while the pandemic calmed down here in Alaska, and I went and got to have breakfast with one of my friends up here, and I was like, oh, this is what like going out to eat with a friend feels like, and then it never got better again. And so, you know, just this overwhelming pit that we just continue to exist in. I miss specific people, I guess I should clarify, Eve. I miss specific people. I like how it cut off my entire left shoulder here. Congratulations on your level 42. I got level 45 yesterday, so that means that I get to run even more interchange. Oh, okay. Oh, it saw Shion and Alpha and were like, these are people. Clearly, these must also be subjects. Clearly. I think I'm gonna go grab a screenshot out of the new trailer. Not gonna lie, I like scraggly faced hair Schwan more than clean cut. Yeah, the problem is that like when this starts to get too long, it starts to like hang down in front of my lips, and I hate it. But like I can't just like trim this and leave this, because then it just looks weird when I do that. But I know what you're saying, because it loses a lot of the like the dark shading of my face. Like, because like my beard is so many different colors, by the way. There's like 8 different colors that's in my facial hair. And it like when it's longer, the darker shades that exist in it will make it look darker. But until it gets long enough to darken it back down, it kind of doesn't fully look like it's there. Right, you think this is bad, you should see completely clean shaven. That looks fucking weird. Time to start growing the mustache to a French villain. I just gotta grow a mustache like fucking Chief has. That's fucking cool looking shot. Shit is fucking long now. Yeah, it is. It's impressive how long it is. Ow. This is supposed to be 1080p. Why the fuck is it so goddamn pixelated? Because it's a re-upload from IGN. I wonder if this one's in better quality. It could also be YouTube's fault. That one's fucking cool. Give me that one. That one's cool as well. Ooh, that went by fast. That one. That's the one I want. I can't grow my mustache because I'm nervous and have it nibble it off if it can reach my mouth. I've done the same thing. When this gets too long, I'm like, start nomming that bitch. Hello, Caitlin's little sister. Nah, she's way better than Caitlin. Not sure the color scheme we want on this though. Not the colors that are on it. That's one thing we do know. Not the colors that are on it. Maybe that red in there. No. Gotta get rid of that green. Lighter on the red. A little too bright. Take that. Adjust this color a little bit. A bit closer to an actual gold. A little too bright. Just the outside. That green is still just terrible. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, my neck. Necks are overrated, I'm telling you. It's currently just me and Athena. We got this. Maybe. Oh, nope. They're never. People loaded in. Gotta love that Unity quality. Where's the rest of this project? I close this panel. Where's this project at? Project's not showing up in here. Necks are overrated, which is why people have those rings around them. That's it. What the fuck did we react to that wasn't that? I don't even fucking remember. Shit. Whatever. Guess what? It's in here. Ghostwire Tokyo. That's it. Alright. Fuck, I do not remember. Was it the Ghost game? It was the Ghost game. That was days ago. Hey, Planeswalker. How are you there? You alright? That's good. Oh man, we might have 3 streams left of Neo. It'll be 2 or 3. Weather keeps bouncing back and forth. Ours has just kind of stayed bad. Ours has just kind of stayed bad. Well, I got 5 bosses left for starters, Eve. And, like, I don't think I can get 5 bosses in one stream. Not unless they just really roll over for me. But 5 is a lot. I mean, okay, unless like one of them is literally like the way that the dude was in the last one, where he was a boss and just rolled over and then the actual boss showed up. Like, if that's how they set him up, then yeah, sure, maybe we can get there. But otherwise, I don't think it's happening. Just consider subscribing to the channel. Doing some planning for my next few quilts. Still need to figure out how I want to approach the finishing stitching for my blue quilt. What is the conundrum on it? Forgot that this was like long. Should be back here.
What's going on with this? It's like,
Should be right in here. This right, the spot right here.
greeting.
Yes. Yeah, so unless some of those bosses just like roll over or aren't like legitimate bosses, it'll probably take us at least 2 more streams. If I wanted to go back and do some more side missions and shit, I could stretch it to 3. Oh. If you want to do all the side stuff, maybe 4. It could be even 5. The game's so freaking long. Part of the issue is I have a starter sewing machine with a shallow throat. Man, I'm gonna pause right there and just be like, all right, we've already gone beyond the realm of things I understand. But anyway, let's continue. And the quilt in question is full size. It would be easy if I were just doing this for the charity quilts, but this one I'm hoping to sell, so I want it to actually look good. What is, and I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole. What is the throat of a, I forgot to grab the thumbnail thingy-mabobbers. Fuck. Damn it. It's fine. We'll just get it in a second. What is the throat of a sewing machine? Asking for a friend. The game is so freaking long when you actually play the game in missions rather than rush the bosses. True. So what you're saying is I should have done is just done the 1.5 hour long speed run and called it a day, and we just moved right on to the next game. Is that what you're saying, Eve? I mean, if you could do the speed run and it's stretched without ever playing before, I'd be more impressed than anything. Yeah, that's fair. It's fair. And it's strats. Sure. It's fair. Where's the scissor chick? If I don't see the picture I want, I know the picture. There it is. Oh, come on. Someone's got to have a bigger picture than this. No, not search picture with Google Lens. Nobody gives a fuck about Google Lens. All sizes. Make it bigger. All right, you made it really fucking big. That was 4K. The throat of the sewing machine is the space between where the needle does its work and where the pillar of the machine is. The deeper the throat, the more stuff you can fit in there, and the bigger things it can take. Little old ladies name this shit. Don't look at me like... I think like that, relatively. Yeah, we ain't using that one again. Yeah, that's exactly where I want it. Okay. You have small and big, nothing in between. Well, in this circumstance, I will take big because that works better for what we're doing. Ideally, I'd have a long arm sewing machine for this, where other mechanics at play make throat size largely irrelevant. But those go for upwards of 30K and take up a lot of space. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. You said that it cost 30K for a sewing machine. AP-10 up in here with the epic Farsight bomber. All right, everyone that can throw faster. Oh my god, there's so many enemies. Look at them. This is gross. A sewing machine that would cost more than my car. Yeah. The amount of money you can spend on equipment in almost any field, if you so want to, is impressive to me. The amount of money that people spend on like photography cameras is amazing. Even shit like lights can get really expensive if you want them to. We did not get to throw very much before, like, because they took so long to get through the doors that we just didn't get to kill very much while in the defensive zone. The amount of money that people spend on personas is also insane when it comes to hobby money. Some people spend a shitload of money on a hobby, like, just in general. Just a Tim the Tap Man spent 10K on a TV that was worth like 3. See, here's the thing, though. I feel like that's more of he has shitloads of money, so if something is overpriced, he doesn't have to give a shit. Like, it's literally fuck you money, right? He has fuck you money where I can just throw money at it and I just don't have to care, right? Whereas it's one thing if a rich person is paying 3 times the price of something because they can, and something costs that much because that's how much that thing cost, right? I feel like there's a very distinct difference in that. 1 Saint and 1 Barbarian, either which could be yours for 420 channel points. Most kills go into Athena with 70, followed by AP-10 with 34, and then myself with 20. Most assists go into L23 Bandito 23, tied with El Canadiano, followed by AP-10 and Athena Latina. Going random on the scrolls in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. El Canadiano with the Saint, Senile Owl with the Barbarian. Ew, I hate this map. I hate any map that has these fucking bog witches on them. Like, they all suck big fat chunguses. They suck giant chungus. Damn it, internet. Why does chungus have to be a word now? Like, god damn it. Chungus is such a, like, at least for my own lexicon, is such a diverse word. I don't know what I'm telling you to, like, I don't know what I'm telling you to suck when I tell you to suck a big fat chungus. Probably a penis, honestly. But, like, when I say that, I am not thinking of big chungus, right? That's not who I'm thinking of at all when I tell you to go suck a chungus. What does chungus mean? Maybe I am telling you to go suck a big fat bunny. I think a chungus is a bigger chode. Alternatively, I could take the topper filler and backer into the city and pay someone else to use their machine for me. Full automation, everything, but it would be about $120 for that. What can you sell the, you talked about, you know, the cheaper charity quilts versus this, like, really nice blue one. What would you sell it for? Like, what would your asking price be? Like 500? And how much did you pay for materials? You paid for that TV like 5 years ago when he wasn't as big. Yeah, that's what, but see, at the same time, that's what some people want. Some people want a big fucking TV. Admittedly, if I could have one, I would totally get a big fucking TV, but they're not worth the money to me for just for proper viewing. Like, we have a really, like, long living room, and the way that we set it up means the couch is on one side and the other side is the TV, so you're looking across the whole room to get to the TV. And we have a, like, the standard ass 55-inch, you know, smart TV or whatever the fuck it is, which is, in my opinion, a fucking gargantuan TV. Like, it's so fucking big. But technically, we need, like, the 85-inch TV for the proper viewing shit with where the TV is. And I'm just like, and I've looked at them, and they're like $3,000. And I'm like, nah, man, I paid like $100 for this TV, and that was already, I was like, hey, oh no. Like 0.2, it's like 2 or 3 cents per square inch, but that adds up when it's 43.20 or so square inches. Yeah, hoping to sell it for about 300-ish. So yeah, it would cost half your profits to have someone else sew it together. I was one of those people who had a plasma TV when those were the craze. 42-inch when it was big, and now standard is almost 50 something. I think standard now is 55 inches. Like, everything I see is 55 inches now, like at base. I went with our basement living room has an 85-inch in it. Gross. They're so big. They're so big. Like, my friend Azariah, which, like, by the way, like, for this conversation real quick, power to this individual so much, man. Power to this individual. My friend Azariah is a literal rocket scientist. And so he had his house built for him where he lives because he couldn't find a house that he was happy with. So he bought some land and had some people build him the house that he wanted. But one of the things that he didn't consider when he got the house built was, like, the distance to where he decided that the TV was going to be. And he set up his whole house and he, like, put the, like, 55-inch TV that he had in there, and he's like, this doesn't feel quite right. And then he, like, talked to, like, an interior designer or something like that, and they told him, like, essentially, like, the formula for, like, trying to figure out how big of a TV you need. And he, like, did the math. He's like, fuck, they don't make a TV big enough to put here. I need a projector. I would need, like, a 103-inch TV. Fuck. So he bought an 85-inch and was like, yeah, this is good enough. This is big enough. But in terms of, like, healthy view distance, in terms of, like, the size that the screen should be based on how far away you are from it, he would have needed, like, a 103-inch TV. What sucks with TV right now is it's so difficult to find an LED TV without QLED. What's wrong? What's wrong with that? And do you mean QLED or I've seen a whole bunch of OLEDs, OLEDs. But I don't know. Is there a problem with those that I'm unaware of, Eve? I looked out and got a sizable chunk of the material used for Christmas, but I had to buy broadcloth and filler. Broadcloth came to 20-ish. Filler you got on sale for around 30-ish. You're still cutting it really close in terms of if you're actually wanting to actually make any money on it, especially considering the amount of time and work that you've put into it. Like, when you go pay $120K for the 149 special build TVs. No, that's when you just settle for the 85-inch TV and call it a day. We're putting settle in big fat air quotes there, by the way. You can get projectors that size, half of the PlayStation 4 to the same. Yeah, but people don't like projectors, right? I like this one. OLED is even more quality and expensive than QLED. I can show you the one that at least I think I can fucking show you the one. If Costco's website fucking works for anything. Those are only 70 inches. That is definitely not what we were looking for. 75-inch and above. Yeah, this is about what it looked like at the store when we were walking through Costco one day. These 85-inch, and I was like, $2,000? No. This looks like flat LED. I don't see OLED or QLED on here. It's whatever LG NanoCell is. This says QNED. What the fuck is NED? This is also QNED. What is QNED? Is the N mean nano? Maybe that's what this means too. It's nano. Fairy, if I spent the same amount of glasses yesterday as most people spend on the TV. Gross. Wait, why? Aren't you in Canada and that stuff's supposed to be free? We're looking for an LED TV for cheap that is still smart. So we're looking at $400 USD for 55 inches, but the lowest QLED is still double that price. Obviously, I'm in America, right? And so consumer goods are generally cheaper here. I'm pretty sure our TVs are really fucking cheap here. Yeah, 55-inch smart TV, $459. 55-inch 4K UHD smart TV, $429. 55-inch LED 4K smart TV, $400. 55-inch 4K smart Google TV, $330. Yeah, here's an OLED that's $1,300. Here's one that's $350 again. Lenses and frames are not free. Anything with a prescription is free, so the test and all the other shit is free. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. $1,400? Like, fuck. Okay, I'm sorry to say this. That's more than what it cost me to have my eyes surgically corrected. In terms of the core surgery, like the follow-up appointments and stuff cost more, but the actual base surgery, what was less than that? Free glasses in Canada? Got new glasses and I ate my entire income tax return. Gross. That's disgusting. I don't like that. Taxes on those, you might get basic price off, 600 plus USD, since that is with everything 30%. Yeah, like I said, and that's why I prefaced that with, like, you know, consumer goods like that are cheaper in America. But with that in mind, it means that you might have to, like, I don't know, look for something pre-owned. I'm not sure what kind of pre-owned markets you have in Norway. Got bad eyeballs. The worse they get, the more money they get from me. Oh, I had terrible fucking eyeballs. My eyeballs were like negative 4.5 and negative 5.5. Maybe it's the other way around. Something like that. Really fucking bad. Really fucking bad. Maybe it's like -5 and -6. I can't remember because if you have glasses, your prescription is 0.5 different from what your actual eyeballs are because they have to account for the distance between your eyeballs and the actual lens glasses. And so I don't remember if it was -5 and -6 and that's the actual eyeballs, or if that's what my glasses were and it was -4.5 and -5.5. I think it was that. My actual eyeballs were -5.5 and 4.5 or something like that. I bought some originals on sale, then got custom lenses popped in for $400. Downside, no warranty because I supplied my own frames. Gross. Gross. Hang on. Let's see if it's still there. Obviously, you both are in Canada. So, I mean, you know. No thanks. Go away. Looks like it is not in here anymore. There are no Groupons for LASIK surgery right now. That's amazing. Oh, no. I use Groupon for my eye surgery. Burian Medical Eye Care. There's one in here. Upper or lower eyelid surgery. That's something completely different. Ear surgery, did you mean eye? Yes. But yeah, my base cost to get my eyes fixed was $1,200 total. Now, mind you, I had to buy a plane ticket and fly to Seattle, and then I had to pay for a hotel there, and then I had to pay my optometrist here for my follow-up appointments. But all in all, because it was $1,200 for the surgery, we'll say $250 or so for the hotel. We'll say $500 for the plane ticket. So I probably spent $2,500 total on my eye surgery if I include all of the extra expenses. Like if I include the plane ticket, the hotel, the food, and my post op care through my local optometrist. That probably was about $1,300, but the actual surgery itself was $1,200. I think it was $1,200. Fuck, I don't know. Shit, hang on, let me go look. Now I'm curious. How much did I pay to fix my eyeballs? I got them fixed November 10th, 2018. It was $1,400 for my eye surgery. $1,395. So it was the exact price that Dimden just paid for his glasses. Coupons in general is such an American concept? Really? Groupon for surgery seems sus. I mean, fucking maybe. It worked out well for me. Although the story of getting my eyes done is a very interesting one, at least from my own perspective, because so I had the Groupon, right? Well, I had found the Groupon and I had called them, and because like their little Groupon page had straight up said like, hey, before you buy the Groupon, call us. And so I called them, and they're like, hey, and I told them, I was like, hey, I live in Alaska. I'm looking to get my eyes corrected and stuff like that. And so they asked me some questions over the phone. They're like, okay, so what I want you to do, they're like, don't buy the Groupon yet because Groupon is really annoying to try and get refunds through. Like, it's really problematic to try and get your money back through Groupon. And we can't guarantee that you are fit for surgery, right? They're like, we don't know yet. We of course want you to be able to get the eye surgery done, and we want to do your eye surgery, but until you come into us and get evaluated through us, we don't want to say, yeah, go ahead and buy the Groupon and we'll correct your eyes. And they're like, it's a free consultation, and we'll book you as though you're going to get the surgery. And you come in, and if you are, approved for the surgery, your eyes are healthy enough, there's not going to be any health issues or anything like that, then you can just buy the Groupon while you're here in the office, and we'll do the surgery. And I was like, oh, that's cool. All right. So they got me all booked up and stuff when we flew out there and got me all ready. And so I go to my appointment and everything, and we go in, and they check my eyes and all this stuff. And originally I had signed up to get LASIK done, which there's two types of corrective eye surgery, okay? There is LASIK and there is PRK. And the difference between this is that the way that LASIK works is that, so you have an outer skin on your eye, which is your cornea, essentially. And what they do is they correct the cornea on the outside to fix your vision, okay? The way that PRK works is that's not actually completely true. They cut away let me correct myself. The way that LASIK works is they they lift a flap of the outer skin and correct the cornea underneath. Lose lasers, and they put it back down, and then your eye heals itself back up, okay? The way that PRK works is that they dissolve. They literally erode away the outer layer of your eye's skin, and then correct the eye underneath, and then your eyeball has to regrow its outer layer of skin. There's a reason that there's a difference here. So if you think of your eyeball's outer layer of skin, the clear layer on the outside, think of it as like a really thick, I wouldn't say really thick, but a really thick piece of like plastic wrap, or like just plastic in general. And think of your eyeball as kind of like mashed potatoes, okay? Think of it as like mashed potatoes. And so if this is your outer skin of your eyeball, the reason that your vision gets messed up is because your eye is either being squished this way or is being squished this way. Astigmatism means it's being squished this way, but most commonly in terms of nearsighted and farsighted is like this, okay? You're either being squished and that changes your vision in either nearsighted or farsighted. But when your eye gets squished like that mashed potatoes, it has to go somewhere, right? And your eye socket is obviously not going to move for mashed potatoes. So the only direction your mashed potatoes have to go is this way, is out. And so it pushes on that layer of plastic, okay? It pushes the skin of your eye outward. And the way that it works is if they're doing LASIK, they will cut this open, correct the eyeball underneath, and put it back, and then this just heals itself. But if you've ever used something like plastic or plastic wrap, if you've ever pushed like your finger into plastic wrap, once you remove your finger, like we'll say, you know, you push the mashed potatoes up and it goes like this, if you remove the mashed potatoes underneath, this still stays like this. And it can even flop around and stuff like that, right? Because it's been stretched and it's weaker now because it's been stretched. If your vision is bad enough that it stretches that outer layer of your eyeball, now that layer is thin. And if they just did regular LASIK where they open it, fix it, and put it back, there's a chance that this could collapse, essentially, which would be really bad for your eyeball. And so if your cornea isn't thick enough because it's been stretched, then they have to remove it, fix the eye underneath, and then when they remove it, it'll regrow over top of the now correct eye. Very gross description, okay? But I had really bad eyesight. So my little plastic layer was nice and stretched, and they're like, we're not going to do LASIK because there's a very good chance that if we do that, your cornea will collapse, and then you'll be in like a lot of pain, and you won't be able to see, and all this other stuff. They also strongly recommend people to get PRK anyway, and the reason being, it's a much healthier surgery with a higher rate of success. LASIK is faster, easier, and also you're able to like operate normally in terms of like being able to see normally like a day later. PRK, you're out of commission for like a week minimum because you got to wait for your eyeball to literally grow its skin back, right? But because it regrows its skin right over top of the corrected area, you have now a perfect layer of skin instead of, if they only remove a little bit, it's not a big deal, and that's why LASIK still works. But it's still weaker than if it was fresh and clean and new, which is why PRK is a healthier surgery for your eye overall, and has a greater chance of long-lasting success because your eye is more natural and hasn't been injured because it has regrown itself properly. Anyway, that long-winded explanation aside, so I go in and they're like, okay, you can't get LASIK, your eyes are too bad, but you can get PRK, and they explained everything that I just explained to you and all this different stuff, and I was like, well, I already flew here. I didn't initially intend on being out of commission for a week, but you know, whatever, I'm here, let's go ahead and do it. And so they're like, all right, cool, just go ahead and buy the Groupon, we'll wait for it to come through, and then we'll get you in there and stuff like that. And I was like, cool. So I sit there on my phone and I buy the Groupon, I show them that it's pending, they're like, all right, cool, we're just gonna wait for the approval from Groupon, and then we'll get you into the surgery room, right? Cool. 1 hour passes. 2 hour passes. 3 hours pass, and they're like, we still haven't got it yet. And I'm like, well, what do we do then? They're like, so the office manager came out. Bless her heart, all right? We're going to go full on. Well, I'm going to go back to my southern roots of Oklahoma. And Sarah, wherever you are, 1, thank you. And 2, I hope that you are still well. Because this person that runs this surgery center, this vision clinic, comes out and talks to me, and she goes, well, I know that you flew here from Alaska. It's not like you're nearby or anything like that, and you have a plane to catch back. And we won't be open tomorrow because we're not open on Sundays or whatever it was. So I'm going to take you into the surgery room, and we're going to do your surgery. And here's my personal phone number. And if anything goes wrong with that Groupon payment, just call me. But I'm going to trust you that you're going to pay us because you flew here to do this. So let's get you into surgery. She did not have to do that. She didn't have to do that at all. Like, she could have been like, fuck, until I have your money, you ain't not getting into my surgery chair, right? Like, but no, she just straight up was like, I think I can trust you. You seem trustworthy. You waited here for 3 hours or whatever it was, waiting for your payment to go through. I'm just going to trust you. And if that ends up biting me in the ass, it bites me in the ass. But I'm going to trust you that, you know, you're going to pay us, but we're going to get your eyes fixed. And so she got my eyes fixed. It took like 2 more days, by the way. It wasn't until like Monday or Tuesday the following week that that Groupon payment went through. And when it finally went through, I called her. And she's like, yep, I see it here. How are your eyes doing? I talked to her for a bit and stuff. But like, I still can't believe that she did that. Like, I still can't believe it. I'm so glad she did, obviously, you know. But like, there are not many places, businesses, or people in America that would do that. Especially not for a $1,400 payment, right? If somebody is like, oh, shit, man, I'll get you $20 later. If they never get you $20, fuck it, whatever, right? $1,400, though, for your business and your surgery and paying your surgeon and shit. So yeah, Sarah, wherever you are, I hope that you are incredibly well, because I won't forget that ever, because that is a moment of humans being good to other humans, and I was the human that's being done good to, and I appreciate it immensely. Yeah, absolute legend is big mood there, big true. I still can't believe it. It's still shocking to me. Drive. That coffee was lukewarm. Oh no. I like cold coffee. I like hot coffee. I don't like kind of cool room temperature coffee. I have regrets. When I say cold coffee, I guess I should say I like iced coffee. You know, Stranger of Paradise, as much as I have no idea what's going to happen with that game, it might be the game that I'm currently most excited for in terms of what's coming out in the next, like, 2 months. Like, I'm excited for Elden Ring, but at a certain point also, Elden Ring's just a little bit too hyped for me. Because, like, and it's not, like, to the point where I'm like, I'm not going to fucking play it because fuck that shit. Like, I'm fucking going to play Elden Ring. But I'm just like, you guys are so excited. I'm so happy for you. I'm going to go play it over there. Like,
Peggy 12.
Like, I'm excited too. But at the same time, like, holy, you guys are losing your mind a little too much. Like, what's coming out? Upcoming video games. Metacritic or IGN or wherever, like, these are the two sites that I see normally. Life is Strange Remastered, meh. Dying Light 2, meh. Sifu, I heard that this was not the game that people thought it was. It came out, like, it comes out in 2 days, but the review embargoes went up, and apparently the reviews are, like, good, but also a lot of the reviews that I've, like, heard the snippets of so far are, it's not what you think it is, because everyone looked at Sifu and were like, oh, a martial arts Soulsian, and apparently it's not that. So, Dynasty Warriors 9, don't care. King of Fighters 15, I was excited, and then I tried the demo and was like, ooh, don't like this. Horizon Forbidden West, don't care. Destiny 2 The Witch Queen, don't care. Monarch, kind of care. Kind of care. Soul Cresta, no. Grid Legends, no. Martha is Dead, no. Elden Ring, kind of care. Babylon's Fall. Aha. GT7, 2K22, Oh, there, okay. Fuck, alright. There's a competition in March for me. Stranger of Paradise is March 18th and Forspoken is March 24th. Fuck. Yeah, alright. It's one. I don't know which one I'm more excited about, actually, honestly. Between Forspoken and Stranger of Paradise. Fuck. I don't know. It's one of those. It's one of those. I don't know which one, but it's one of those. Thank you for the hydrate, Planeswalker. Okay, I'm going to refill my coffee while we run this battle. All right. Jolly good work, everybody. We have 50 gold and 1 flying rogue, either of which can be yours for 420 channel points. Most skills going to AP 10, followed by L23 Bandito 23, and then myself. Most assists going to Athena Latina with 12, followed by L23 Bandito 23 with 11, and then it looks like a tie between El Canadiano and Senile Owl. Going random on the scroll in the gold in 5. This is missing LX2 and a few other games. I'll look at the Metacritic one. The Metacritic one is normally more complete. Speaking of LX2, Eve, did you play LX1? Did you play the first game? I know you said you were kind of excited for LX2, but I don't know if I ever asked you if you played the first one. Going random. Joseph Tire Guy with the gold, the Blended Frog with the Flying Rogue. Time for that skin chest. Might take a crack at Final Fantasy 14 if they reinstate the trial promo. I don't have an, like, I would love to play more Final Fantasy 14, but that game needs so much time and attention. That game needs so much time and attention. I think Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon has ruined the goddess Hestia for my mental image when I know the mythos about Hestia, first daughter of Cronus. So here's the thing. So for Eve is referring to this series, Danmachi, or Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? This series is such a conflicted thing for me. One, like, this series is the ultimate isekai that's not an isekai at all. Like, everything about it feels like an isekai, but it is not one. The very first season of this show is absolutely fucking incredible. And the very first season of the spin-off of this show, Sword Oratoria, is absolutely fucking incredible. Like, both of them will forever be, like, high tier in terms of, like, great ass shit. Both of them, Sword Oratoria and Danmachi season 1, fucking top tier shit, right? And I'm saying top tier shit because it's kind of shit, but it's top tier shit. It's fucking good, man, but it's kind of garbage, but it's good garbage. But every season that has come out of the core show, like, season 4 is coming out. Like, season 2 was no, and season 3 was all right, but it was coming off the back of season 2, and season 2 was no, and season 3, like, was starting to go into, like, the deeper directions, which is okay, but after the fucking weird shit of season 2, it couldn't bring it back for me very well. And so I'm not very hyped for season 4, unfortunately. I wish I was, because like the world, the characters, the setup, the environment, the everything that they've built is really cool and interesting to me a lot. I played the fucking mobile game for like 3 goddamn years and spent too much fucking money on it, but let's not talk about that. I played the mobile game. I was in the top 3 guild for like 2 years, putting in work on this shit, man. Like, I fucking was running the Discord. I was one of the top mods in the subreddit. I was the news guy. Like, I did all kinds of shit with this game and this franchise. But I gotta say, the second season was, Wasn't season 2 that kind of had, like, rape? That'd be it and whatnot. Not explicit, but discussed in a backstory for the little handler. Yeah, there was a lot of sexual assault, both implied and, like, not so subtly implied in season 2. And I was like, man, you're going in directions that I'm not comfortable with. And after season 2, like, season 2 had so much sexual assault in it that I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm here for this anymore. And then season 3, like, did away with all of it, which was good, but season 2 had already, like, stained it so much for me. None of it was, like, direct. Like, none of it was, like, Goblin Slayer levels or anything like that, or Sword Art or Sword Art Online levels, right? But it was just, like, so heavily implied that you're just like, man, no, I'm good. I'm good. You're a famous player? Poggers, man. Not anymore. Not anymore. So, like, yeah. And unfortunately, like, as much as I truly loved this series, like, God, that one arc hurt it for me so much. Currently reserving my game budget for Elden Ring DD2. DD2. I don't know what DD2 is. And the possibility of Silksong. Silksong's not happening. I'm sorry. It's not. Team Cherry took their money and left. Okay, they probably didn't, but fuck, I don't know where the hell Silksong is. I don't know if Team Cherry knows where Silksong is. Darkest Dungeon 2. Okay, that makes sense. I never finished season 3 here. It was the monster-human relationship. Yeah, that's true. It was okay. It was pretty good. Ween was a good character. I enjoyed a lot of the monsters a lot, but it still was so, like, set aside. Like, the story started to go in multiple directions, and they're only now starting to try and get back to what the core story was, but it's too late for me, personally. Both of those you mentioned only had it in a single episode, though, to my knowledge. Sword Art Online has 1 episode per like, season, or, like, all of the Sword Art Onlines have, like, a different name, right? There's, like, Sword Art Online and, like, Sword Art Online Alicization or whatever the fuck. Every single one has 1. And then, freaking Goblin Slayer, it was only once, but it was in, like, the first or second episode, and it was really, really explicit. And I was like, nah. Nah, we don't support that shit around here. I'm looking forward to more Shield Hero, Tanya, and Overlord this year. Shield Hero, yes. Tanya, maybe? I watched like the first season of Tanya, and then I was like, that was fun, but I definitely wasn't like, I need more of this, right? And I watched like 1.5 seasons of Overlord, and it was fun, but it also didn't like make me want to watch more either. We ended up watching Overlord because we wanted to watch Isekai Quartet. Darkest Dungeon 2 is out in early access, and it's weird. It's super weird, in my opinion. Also, hello, Cerulean. I know that I read your message earlier, but I don't know if I actually said hi. Hi. Hope you're well, friend. I never cared for Tanya. Tanya got to be a lot after a little while. So one of the things that I've talked about with Tales of Arise, and this is gonna connect to Tanya as a heads up. One of the things I've talked about with Tales of Arise as a game, as a story, that Tales of Arise is probably going to slot itself into one of my top 5-ish RPGs of all time. And one of the things that makes it so fantastic is the characters. And the characters are also so good because they feel like people. They're not over the top. They're not locked to their trope, right? They don't have a quirk that rules who they are. They feel like people that have their own personalities rather than a character trait that has a person attached to it. One of the things that I was using as a comparison a lot for this was Demon Slayer. A lot of people have seen Demon Slayer. And if you look at like Zenitsu is a character that is defined not as by his personality, but by his quirks and his character trait. And those two traits are the loud crying one, and then the I get so scared I fall asleep, and then I'm a badass when I'm asleep. He is defined entirely by those two characteristics. He has a little bit beyond it, but otherwise that is who Zenitsu is. This loud, crying, whine-ass baby, and then I pass out and I'm a badass, right? Those are the two things that define Zenitsu. There are not traits like that that completely overwhelm a character within Tales of Arise. They are people that have personalities. And the problem that I have, and that's what makes Tales of Arise's character and its story and everything so great for me, because it feels so immersive because of who they are, and because they feel like people that have their own, that they feel legitimate. And the problem that I just described with Zenitsu is one of the problems that I have with Tanya, is that Tanya themselves as a character is so heavily flawed, but not because they're a flawed character, but flawed because they're so overwhelmingly dictated. Get it? Dictated? Dictator? Lol. Nazism. Anyway, by their, essentially like their hatred for Entity X or whatever the fuck their name is. But Tanya lacks depth because they're so heavily defined by their over-the-top, evil, wide-eyed craziness. And that really makes it starts to get tiring after a while. Earlier, like I would have seen with Darkest Dungeon 2 so far, but I want the whole thing to chew on when I get it and rather not interact with Epic more than I have to. Yeah, I agree. So Darkest Dungeon 2 feels like such a weird game to be early access. Although I will say Baldur's Gate 3 is the fucking weirdest one. But it's also so light in that there's only one boss. There's not many dungeons that you can go into. They have a lot of the character classes in the early access for Darkest Dungeon 2, but I'm like, man, you got to give me more. Also, why is this early access? I don't feel like it needs to be at all. Beyond, you want money, and you got money from Epic. I love the premise of a reborn isekai in a different gender and body type, but I feel like it was just so brushed aside and never gripped me, unlike the manga Kanja no Deshi wo Nonaru Kenja, which is now made into an anime. Same with Leadale? I don't know what that is at all. I've not heard of that one whatsoever. Baldur's Gate 3 feels like rapid feedback playtesting of D&D 5.5e. Oh, fuck, maybe. Gross. Oh, I hate that could be a thing. Ew, nasty. I don't like it. Like, you're right, and I hate that you're right, because that feels awful to me. Ew. Gross. I don't like that. My biggest problem with Baldur's Gate 3, though, is that, like, I don't feel like a story-oriented game should be early access, right? Like, I don't feel like that should be a thing. And it's also even more upsetting that they're like, okay, well, just so you know, if you invest in early access, we only have chapters 1 and 2 done, or chapter 1 done right now. And when chapter 2 begins, none of your progress will carry over. So you'll have to play through chapter 1 again if you want to try chapter 2. And then when we get done with chapter 2, you'll need to replay through it all again in order to play chapter 3, because we can't bring your progress forward. I'm like, man, that sounds fucking awful. What made you think that was a good idea? I hate it. Can't be worse than 3.5, right? That was the most imbalanced shit. Only thing that was like marginally... I don't know if I feel like 3.5 or Pathfinder was more imbalanced. God damn. So imbalanced. As a DM, it feels like a stealth playtest for tabletop stuff. Yeah, I just don't like that as an idea, as a concept. That feels scummy to me. Why do I feel like this game already came out? Edge of Eternity is on its way to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Okay, I was like, didn't this already come out? It's released in June 2021. Okay. Is this what we watched? Yeah. I don't know if it's on the exact channel, but it's fine. I'm personally fine with it, though. If it is the case, it'd be nice if they were more upfront with it. And that's what I mean by scummy. If they were more upfront with it, like, hey, we're building this really awesome video game, and we're also going to be using this as, like, a way to explore the future of tabletop RPGs. Cool. But if they're just, like, doing that behind the doors, I don't like that as much, because it's, like, I'm big into transparency, right? So... I think there's maybe less than 20 games. I happily just said, I'm glad this one is early access. I have to really think about that. If I can think of any games where I'm like, you know what? I'm glad this is early access. Steam? You know, so one of the things that would have made me less frustrated with Baldur's Gate 3 as well is that they haven't talked about it a whole lot, in my opinion. Not in my opinion, that I'm aware of. They have not talked about it a whole lot. Is they talked about, and they had this a little bit, by the way, Baldur's Gate 3 is being made by Larian Studios. This is the same people that made the Divinity franchise, including Divinity Original Sin and Original Sin 2. Divinity Original Sin 2 had a kind of like a custom campaign mode, it did not work very well at all. It was really clunky. Like, really, really clunky. But they did have, like, a custom campaign mode. And they talked about... Can you not search for early access? They had a custom campaign mode in Divinity Original Sin 2. It's really clunky. It didn't work well. And they talked about having custom campaign stuff so that you could... in Baldur's Gate 3. Which immediately to my brain went, you're going to give me all the tools to play digital D&D through this system of Baldur's Gate 3. That sounds fucking great, right? Like, so many of us have already adapted D&D to remote play because of pandemic or because our friends live in far off places. And we'll use things like Tabletop Simulator or Fantasy Grounds or whatever, or Roll20, whatever it is, right? And when I heard about what they wanted to do with the custom campaign options in Baldur's Gate 3, I was like, man, that sounds fucking great. Sounds like a great way to quickly and easily build, play, and enjoy Dungeons & Dragons, or something along Dungeons & Dragons-esque, right? Through the medium that would be Baldur's Gate 3. That shit's not, and that sounds like the perfect thing to put into the early access shit, right? Because you're like, how can we improve this custom campaign editor? What works? What feels clunky? What would be better quality of life? What could make it smoother? What can we add, remove, tweak, adjust, and stuff? That sounds like early access shit to me. The campaign builder that is in Baldur's Gate 3, it ain't in early access. And I'm like, well, fuck. Like, why the hell do I want this then? You've given me no reason at all beyond telling me now that you'd have to replay this game like 6 times by the time we actually release all of it. Oh, okay. Okay, great. Is there a way to search games by early access? 7 Days to Die is the one that immediately came to mind of like, it's fine that this is early access. Can I just search like early access? Yeah. Wait, why is this still tagged as... No way. Okay. I haven't played Valheim. Hades was fun in early access? Yeah, Hades and me, we don't get along. We've been using Tabletop Simulator for 40K. Yeah, it's really good for 40K. Phasmophobia, I feel like it's fine in early access. Satisfactory is actually a really good one in terms of an early access game that I didn't mind being early access. Satisfactory is really good in that capacity. Hi. While I have not played it, you could also put Factorio right next to Satisfactory. Bye, Planeswalker. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate the conversation and the hangouts and stuff. I've not played Factorio. I won't play Factorio, but I put Satisfactory and Factorio right next to each other. So I'm going to say Satisfactory is great in early access. Factorio probably goes alongside it. All right, see you in a moment, Eve. I'm going to keep looking in here, see what else I feel could fit. This is early access, really? It's not anymore. What if I Google best early access games? Fuck is this? This just came out. It's a VR MMO. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Any other games in Satisfactory and Factorio? I'm just gonna while they do suffer from the four horsemen of the game apocalypse, I feel like basically you can put damn near any game that is the four horsemen of early access open world survival crafting game. While they basically almost never feel like they get out of early access, they also feel really fine being in early access. I feel like they never get out of early access because the games are so damn ambitious. Because you could basically infinitely expand and build on these open world survival crafting games, right? But I think one of the reasons that they're so often the ones that go into early access and we put that four horsemen mark on is because like they also do well in early access, and most of them don't ever feel worse off for being in early access either. So like you could put Craftopia in there as well, right? I just like Satisfactory since, well, Epic. That's fair. Satisfactory is a game that I want to be finished before I play it again, though. Because right now, it is just the factory. There's supposed to be, like, story and exploration and, like, some, like, smaller side quests and stuff. And none of that's, like, in the game right now. It is just the factory building side, which is fine. And that's the core of the game, but I want more than that. Everspace 2. I know nothing about Everspace. Without being told, like, reminded, like, hey, this game's early access, that's about all I really got. Like, just tack on every open world survival crafting game and Phasmophobia feels fine in early access since it was like it's done so much for this style of gameplay, and it's continuing to get better. Eternal Return is still early access. Also, is this just core Eternal Return? This isn't Eternal Return Black Survival. What is this one then? No, this is Eternal. Wait. It is just called Eternal Return now. They removed the Black Survival part of it. So now it's just called Eternal Return. Okay. Weird. That threw my brain for a fucking loop. If I had friends that were more interested in this game, I definitely would have played this game more, but I couldn't get anyone else into it. Wander Song. What is Wander Song? Terraria? Yeah. Slime Rancher, I didn't play it. Slay the Spire, I've heard really good things about. Huh. Don't know this one. Heard good things about Slay the Spire. Don't know about Monster Train. Tasmanian Tiger, don't know. Subnautica, sure, yeah. Skyshine Bedlam. Rogue Legacy, Project Zomboid, Noita, My Time at Porsche. Were those early access, really? I know that they are part of the Square Enix, like, indie... whatever the fuck they call that. Square Enix. Didn't they have a name for their indie games? That Square Enix Collective. The Indie Collective. That's what it is. I didn't realize they were early access. Mordhau, sure. Killing Floor 2, sure. need to figure out what I'm playing after Neo, too. I should figure that out right now. Is it in here? No. It's in here. Next on the list originally, half a year ago, was Hellpoint. Can I get a calendar? We're here. This release is March 18th. Release is right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, depending. I would say Mortal Shell because it's shorter. Gives you time to finally decide about Elden Ring. I'm probably gonna... So, I want to play Stranger of Paradise. And I want to play it Two Dead Dudes properly, normal and stuff. Comes out the 18th. I don't know if it has like a 3-day early access period or whatever the fuck, right? I might be able to access it on the 17th because the game releases are weird as shit, right? Like that, right? Which, if we guess that Neo 2 has 2 streams, that puts 3 or 4 streams total. Between finishing Neo 2 and the start of Stranger of Paradise. I need to go to the bathroom while this battle runs. I'll be right back.
You my bunny, I'm your Clark. From now to eternity, I give you all my heart. We are meant to be, it's clear to see. My love is bigger than I thought. I got everything I want when I hold you with my arm. Others don't matter, my love and my pleasure, the key to my treasure. Whatever the weather, day up and out with you till I die. How many times for you I'ma try? Want you to notice the one and I know this. Perfect soulmate, I wanna show it my best friend. She saved my life, my happy end in hard times.
Oh, we lost? Fuck. I'm amazed. Shit. I did not expect that. That map normally isn't that challenging. I don't know what happened. Must have been probably the bog witches. That's normally what happens. Very surprised though. Okay. Where were we? 3 or 4. Mortal Shell is 2 or 3 streams at max. Maybe the Surge. Surge is 21 hours. The DLC for Mortal Shell is legit just like a roguelike option, right? Like procedurally generated dungeons or something like that. It's not actually like a heavier amount of legitimately additional content. It's roguelike, okay. Fuck. Ow. Hell point is 15 to 20 hours. So it wasn't on Game Pass, okay. 10 to 13 hours would mean 3 or 4 streams at as a guess. Crypt of the Necrodancer, Risk of Rain 2, Undermine, Shattered Tale of the Forgotten King, Ender Lilies are the only games I can say I am glad has an early access part of their development cycle. Those are pretty good ones too. How long is Ender Lilies? Maybe that's what we put in between there. I fucking want to play this game. 12.5 to 20 hours? So that'd be... Might be cutting it close. Maybe we put Ender Lilies in there. Four to 6. Do want to play that. Something fierce. Where's my Steam at? How long is Blasphemous? $13 to $18. That'd be about 4 or 5 streams. It says 13 to 18 hours. What does this bitch say for Neo 2? 44 hours? Suck my taint. You're so wrong. Even this main plus extra of 73 hours is a fucking liar. We're up to like 90 hours in Neo 2. Oh my goodness gracious. Hello. Welcome, Raiders. Zipwee with all of the putties. Hello. Wow. Chris Arisi, welcome. Talathiel, thank you. Baron Otter, Weird Gus, Zipwee, welcome. It's Mr. Trickster, Bioscope, Ryuzaki, Zix Kritchik, welcome so much. Hello, Raiders, welcome. I hope you had a good time with Zipwee and all of their fantastic Tweety skins. Thank you so much. I think you actually just took the slot, Zipwee, for the largest raid I have ever had, so congratulations on that one.
Level up.
I imagine you were playing Stream Raiders. I hope that you had a good raid, a good stream, and that all was well. Hendate, welcome. So hello, everybody. My name is Schwan. I am a hyper variety streamer. I stream 4 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. On Tuesday, we play games with friends. Normally, it's things like Halo. On Thursday, I play Soulsian games like Dark Souls. On Fridays, I stream alongside my wife, Athena Latina, and we play JRPGs. And then on Sunday mornings, like right here, we work on creative process stuff. I
Level up.
work on YouTube videos, scripts, graphics design, and more. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming along in the raid. I hope that you had a good time. I hope that you have a good time here. We're just vibing. We're trying to actually work out a schedule right now for future streams and just hanging out and chatting. We've been chatting about video games and development processes for early access and stuff. So welcome. Thank you so much to Juriel and Wahuka for the follow. I appreciate it a lot. So welcome, everybody. We did some dungeon, lost a 10, and then we did some more dungeon because it's fun, and it killed us all slowly. So slowly. You know, I have actually never done dungeons in Stream Raiders. I've done a decent amount of verses, but Stream Raiders, like, I do enjoy Stream Raiders, but it's something that I've done a lot on the side while I've been working on, like, playing other games and stuff like that. And stuff like dungeons requires you to actually focus on it, and it takes over what you're doing, right? You have to focus on dungeons. And so I've not done much. Oh, actually, I've not done any dungeons. I've done dungeons with other captains, but actually leading the dungeon myself, I've never done it. Earth Saga, thank you so much. Welcome. Thank you for joining the raid. But yeah, we're currently trying to figure out what Soulsian we are going to play between finishing Neo 2 and when Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin comes out. Which Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin comes out on March 18th. So we might be able to play it on the 17th. And we have maybe 2 streams left of Neo 2. So we have to find a game that'll take up 3 to 4 weeks. And that's where we're currently digging into. Second run went to 58. Like, you got to floor 58 on your dungeon run? That's insane. Dungeon and PvP are active game modes. They are, which is perfectly fine that they're options, but they're not options for everyone. Total War Warhammer 3 does release at the end of next week. I'm really glad for a lot of things that they're doing with that, though. Like, they're making a lot of good decisions with Total War Warhammer 3. One of the, like, I played a ton of Warhammer 2. Me and my friend Tony played through a whole bunch of it. And we had an issue, like, we had the issue that everyone else had, right? Which was that the turns took forever, and there was, like, you could only play with one other friend in the campaign mode. And so, like, you just felt like you were losing so much time and so much opportunity. And it sounds like they just took all of the feedback from Total War Warhammer 2 going into 3, and we're like, yeah, you can have up to, what is it, 6 or 8 people playing the campaign at once. All of the players take their turn at the same time. They figured out ways to really fasten up the AI's turn so that you can be actively playing more often. And I'm like, man, this is, I like everything you're saying, everything you're selling. I want it. Where I'm going to find time to play, it's another question. I don't know on that one, but I do like what they're pitching. Eve, how was your experience with Hellpoint? I've heard very mixed things about it at this point, but what was your experience with Hellpoint? I trust your opinion pretty heavily, so... We wanted floor 69, but didn't make it. What's the farthest floor that anyone's got to on dungeons? What kind of machine is going to run a 6-player campaign? I have no idea. I don't know what the minimum requirements are. I don't know what kind of burden 6 players will have in terms of being able to operate it, but I do not know. I do not know. I forget what the actual number is. Eight players. It supports 8 players. Whew. That's a lot. We'll probably, at most, be playing with 3 or 4. 8's a lot. You take your turns at the same time, which would help time a lot, but man, that's a lot still. It was leathery Dark Souls in space. It wasn't too difficult, but it was really big on the exploration side of things. Okay. Let me see. Is it in here? Weapon design, overall combat feeling sluggish and needlessly sluggish on all weapons. Just ignore the magic and go for weapons. Okay. Is this in here? Fuck. No? Is it on Epic? Where is Stranger of Paradise on PC? I'm getting on PlayStation 5. Microsoft Windows. Where on Microsoft Windows, dog? Epic Games. Okay. Yep. What a surprise! Available 3/17. We might be able to play this on the 17th. Game Pass? No. Not if it's on Epic. Pre-purchase bonus. Let's play it 1 day early. Well, forget Stranger in Paradise then. Well, I'm getting it on PlayStation 5, so I think so. Hang on. Let me go double check my order. $66 is the farthest for this event. Man, still, that's so much. Of course, I'm also relying on the mail getting it to me on release date, which I don't think I can do, so. Because I ordered a disc copy of it, right? So we'll just account for not being able to play it on the 17th. Which means that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks between when we will. I don't think Neo 2 will take more than 2 more streams, right? So probably 4 more. 2, 3, 4. So we can probably try and get something in that's like 12 hours long-ish. If I need to do a bonus stream to finish it or something, I can. Of course, like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, that only took us 4 streams, and this has 17 hours for the main story. And we got that. Oh, well, we were doing 4-hour streams then, so that checks out. Okay. You know, I could actually probably get through the Surge in 4 streams. Like, it says 21 hours, but we'll get to go through it faster. I do want to replay through the first Surge game. I really do. As much as I love the guy, Adam definitely hurt my own experience with the Surge. Also, knowing that I need to pay attention to the friggin' TV. This is the one that I think I want to play the most in terms of slotting it in there. Worry that Mortal Shell will be too short. Like, Mortal Shell's the right answer, but if we get done with it in 3 streams, we have to fill a week somehow. I would say Ender Lily, Stranger, The Surge, if you're finalized on waiting or not streaming Elden Ring. I probably won't get it on release date. I'm personally not concerned about spoilers for Elden Ring at all whatsoever. Like, at all. So I could care less about spoilers for the story and stuff. Like, I will be playing Elden Ring for the gameplay and basically nothing else. Thank you so much for the lurk, Sipwee, and thank you for the raid. I appreciate it a lot. Go get food or go get rest or whatever else it is you need. Thank you so much. So, like, I'm personally, like, I could watch somebody play basically all of Elden Ring and then play it myself and feel the same. The only thing that I, like, would not... The only thing that I wouldn't want to watch on when somebody plays Elden Ring is I wouldn't want to watch them fight the bosses so that I can fight the bosses blind, right? But in terms of, like, story or anything like that, don't care, right? Like, do not care. Get the food! So, like, with most Soulsians, it's definitely about the gameplay for me over almost anything else. Tokachiro boss fight spoilers, that might have been a good one to have so I'd be less angry. Now maybe I wouldn't have minded that fight nearly as much if that would have been spoiled for me at least a little bit. I don't even want to know what the basic weapon even is in the game. You probably get to choose, don't you? But yeah, so, and like we already discussed, me streaming Elden Ring wouldn't be very beneficial to me. So, if I end up not playing Elden Ring until like August, I won't be upset by it, right? Elden Ring is also probably going to be another one that in terms of if I stream it, it's going to be like a half a year long journey like Nioh 2 has been, because that game is supposedly really long. I mean, which open world Soulsian game sounds like it could be really long, right? I get that, but first impression for me is so much more than story, and I think Athena was the same if I recall. A lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people, well, Athena's problem is more story spoilers than anything, but Athena gets most frustrated when people are like, this isn't a big spoiler, and she's like, it doesn't matter, it's still a spoiler, stop it. But myself personally, there's some things that I don't want spoilers on, but those are normally very specific. But with Elden Ring in specific, I care zero about spoilers. Like, literally zero. The only spoiler that I would not want from Elden Ring would be like, oh, the third dragon fight, if you use this and turn on this lever, he just instantly dies. I don't want to know that kind of stuff, right? Also, that's not a spoiler. If it is a spoiler, it was not intended on it being a spoiler. Like, but, you know, outside of, like, gimmicks to boss fights and stuff, like, I don't care. For me, I don't even want to see what lightning is being used. That's perfectly fine and fair. That's why, like, I've watched a little bit of, like, some of the early access stuff that people had access to for Elden Ring, like the technical network test or whatever, and I was like, yeah, looks good. All right, I'm ready to play it. But I won't say anything about what I saw because I know that you don't want anything. Okay, I'm gonna search the entire game for a level in multiple dreams now. Do it. Good luck. Well, I do want to play Elden Ring, but it's not super high on my priority list. Like, honestly, personally, Dark Souls 3 is higher on my priority list than Elden Ring is. Mostly just, like, so I can close out the Dark Souls trilogy and have an opinion on this game. My type becomes worse. I feel like I regress. And then I read my message from 2016 and I'm like, oh, no, maybe not. Like, the way that people talk about Dark Souls 3, I'm like, God, I need to play this game just to say that I've played it. God, I didn't. Team Ninja, please don't have 56 bosses in Stranger of Paradise. Like, please don't have 56 bosses in Stranger of Paradise. I frickin' beg you. Please don't. Wish granted, it's now 112. Although, you know, if they had 112 unique bosses in Stranger of Paradise, I would be fucking amazed. That would be amazing. Like, honestly, power to them for the 56 different bosses that they have in Nioh 2. Right? Like, now some of them are, of course, returning. Wow, God, the hiccups, dog. Holy Lord, help me. Some of them are very similar, like the horse and the bull, right? Mizuki and Gazuki, very similar. There's probably, I don't know, 10 of them that are all different types of humanoid duels. Now, those duels are different, you know, in terms of, like, the mechanics between them. But they do got a very significant amount of boss variety in Nioh 2. A significant amount. Visually similar, different fighting and hitboxes. Yeah. So, like, if they did manage to have 112 bosses in Stranger of Paradise, and they were as diverse as the bosses have been in Nioh 2, as much as I'd be like, this game's too long, you did too much, I couldn't be like, you guys are lazy, you know? Like, I'd be like, oh, good job, I guess. Do you have a worst boss fight yet? In Nioh 2 or in general? In Nioh 2, we can also answer generally afterwards. Let me just look through here real quick. The bird might be... the bird's really bad. Gyuki's really bad, too. I don't think it competes with Gyuki or whatever the bird's name is. Tatarimoke. The Lady Osakabe, the house, was not a very good fight either, but it doesn't win over Gyuki or Tatarimoke. As much as it absolutely infuriated me, I wouldn't actually choose Kashin Koji. I wouldn't. It infuriated me for a very different reason, but it doesn't actually get that marker. It wasn't a bad boss fight because it was bad. It was bad because of other circumstances. Raiko was pretty bad, but it wasn't bad because the fight was bad. It was overtuned. There was no room to fight Raiko whatsoever. We haven't gotten into these ones. So yeah, it's probably either Gyuki or Tatarimoke. I'm not sure which one. Probably Gyuki. This fight's so awkward. Like, the bird is annoying because it's flying so often and you have to try and shoot it, and the shooting controls in Neo aren't precise or smooth enough to really do what you need to do in this fight. This fight, Gyuki, it straight up looks awkward because he's so big and he tracks so hard that his model is just spinning in place without his legs properly articulating to show him turning around. The mechanics of it are not very clear either in terms of like what you need him to do, because getting him to charge at you on the platforms doesn't actually do anything. You want him to charge into the wall, and a lot of I'd probably say Gyuki. This fight's really bad. It's really bad. The bird has issues, but I don't think it actually wins against Gyuki. I think if I had to say, like, both in terms of worst designed boss fight and my most disliked boss fight, Gyuki probably wins. I think this one's terrible. I think mine is the new water boss, Omibozu, or the Roman Sukuna, since I feel like it was overtuned even release. Hang on. So here's the water boss, the Umin Yudo, which is the new Umibozu. Ryomen Sukuna, which one was that? Let me find it. Yeah, that one was awkward too. Yeah, I'll agree. I still don't think it beats out Gyuki for me, personally, but I could see where Ryomen Sukuna would be up there as well. But in terms of worst designed and one that I just personally disliked the most, it's probably Gyuki. But I feel like it's also, Gyuki is also a very good example of Team Ninja's largest weak point when it comes to Soulsian design, which is big shit, right? Big shit they struggle with. And Gyuki's in the worst spot for them as well, because it's not big like Lady Usakabe or Dairarabochi, right? Where like these are fucking buildings, where it's less of a creature fight and more of a puzzle gimmick fight, right? Which these puzzle gimmick fights, they still don't work very well, but they're not nearly as clunky and awkward as something that is the size of Gyuki that is still trying to fight like a normal monster fight, right? Like it still wants to be fought normally while being the size of like a freaking trailer building. And I think that's really what expresses where it is so awkward at, which is, and they struggle with these so much. So yeah, I'd probably still say Gyuki. Like, Ryomen Sukuna is definitely got some clunk in it. The bird has some clunk in it. Umibozu has some clunk in it. But I think the one that is genuinely just like, if you showed me Gyuki just like as a video, I'm like, well, that needs some work. And then it's like, oh no, this is the released product. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. I wish I was luck. I didn't expect to lose this last time. These bog crawlers are level 20, dog. 200 gold. It can be yours for 1,669 channel points. A Centurion can be yours for 420 channel points. Most kills going to Miss Emma Games, followed by Kamikaze, and then a tie between Speedy Misha and L23 Bandito 23. Most assists going to Kamikaze with 7, followed by L23 Bandito 23 with 7, and then a tie between Senile Owl and AP10 with 4. Going random on the scroll and the gold in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. DS that one's hard for me. Senile Owl with the Centurion. Back to the map. Yeah, let's go up to the book instead of the Shadow Man. I don't think we're getting rogues placed. I just don't think that's happening. We'll go right here, I guess. In terms of the worst boss of all of them, I would need to go take a look at some more boss lists. Hang on. Man, okay, Moonlight Butterfly is pretty garbage. Moonlight Butterfly is pretty garbage. I'm gonna create a separate window for each of the bosses that like might actually get that moniker of like the worst boss that I've fought so far. Let me open Yuki and put it over here too, because he might be up there. I wouldn't put Bed of Chaos there. Like, Bed of Chaos is bad, but it's just like, it's not bad in the same ways that like Moonlit Butterfly or Gyuki is. Bloodborne Orphan for me, that's because of the hype everybody else was giving him. Oh, yeah, I feel like that's different. Like if it's because people are overhyping it and then it doesn't live up to expectations, I don't feel like that necessarily makes it the worst boss. But I do understand. I do understand. No, nothing in Dark Souls 2 that I'd put on there. I'm not gonna look at the Surge because I didn't get through it. As much as Hollow Knight is lumped in with Soulsians, I don't actually feel like it necessarily should get put in there. Great Centipede was pretty bad, but that's because I'm bad. Gasha Dokuro is really fucking awkward as shit, too. I'm gonna put that over there. God, I already want to replay Neo. I already want to replay this game. No. Nothing in Code Vein that I'd put on there. No, nothing in there. I'll take a look at Hollow Knight just in case. I don't think there's anything in here that I'm like, man, this boss is truly fuck awful. No. I don't think so. I don't think there's anything in Hollow Knight that I put on there either. So really it's just like Moonlight Butterfly, Gyuki, Gasha, Dokuro. Which I think I would remove this one. It'd be one of these. It'd probably be one of these. I'm not sure which one. They're both bad. They're both bad. You know, I'd probably say Gyuki. And the reason that I say that, Gyuki over Moonlight Butterfly does not stand out as being bad in Dark Souls. And I say that from the perspective of somebody who doesn't like Dark Souls 1. The whole game feels clunky. The whole game feels kind of bad, right? So a bad boss in a game that already kind of feels bad doesn't stand out. Where Neo 2 feels really good. And a kind of bad boss in an otherwise fantastic game stands out really heavily. So I think in terms of like overall, I'd probably give it to Gyuki in terms of the bosses that I just think are just bad. It's bad design. It's fucking awkward. It looks and feels unfinished, and it sticks out really, really bad in what is an otherwise a really fantastic game. Personally dislike Pinwheel more than Butterfly. I feel like I've just bitch smacked Pinwheel. But after we got a bit more of our smack down build done in Dark Souls, every boss just kind of felt like we just kind of smacked him and moved on. I remember Adam was so disappointed with the DLC because everyone had freaking talked so much about Knight Artorias. Everyone was just so praising this boss fight so much, up and down. He had never played it before because he hadn't gotten to the DLC in Dark Souls. He was so excited. I went ahead and let him go first in the Artorias fight because he was so excited about it. And Artorias just crumpled to the ground like a wet trash bag underneath our build. And he's like, welp, I'm disappointed. Like, he's like, that, I don't understand what the hype was. Artorias fight is amazing for the game it's in. Sure. You would have bitch slapped Butterfly in 3 hits as well as you met them when you met Pinwheel. Fair. Fair. Tell you what, though. No desire to replay Dark Souls 1. I don't even care if it's with mods or what. Don't wanna. Don't wanna. That game can just stay where it belongs in my memories. And if it fades away from my memories, I won't be sad. Randomizer mod, every enemy is boss. Nah. Nah. I need to use the restroom real quick. I will be right back. Okay. Take one more look at this calendar. 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna plan on elder lilies. Is what I'm gonna put in there. Whatever. Yeah, so I'm gonna plan on elder lilies. Ender lilies. That's why I couldn't find it. Lol. I'm gonna plan on ender lilies being between the end of Neo 2 and Stranger of Paradise. If I feel like I need to do a bonus stream to finish this up to properly start Stranger of Paradise when it's out, I'll do so. Presuming that it fits into everything. So let's adjust this. This all needs to move down 2 slots. This needs to become Ender Lilies, and then this needs to be Stranger of Paradise. we know how many bosses are in here? 10. Okay. And we won't know how many bosses are in Stranger of Paradise yet. Who fucking knows what theme Stranger of Paradise is? It feels like high fantasy, but at the same time, you got bro with Bluetooth, a Bluetooth headphone connecting to his cell phone playing Limp Bizkit. So, and he's probably gonna jump on a motorcycle at some point. Sci-hi? Oh my god, Eve, I love that. I've never heard that term before. Sci-hi. I love it. That's a great term. I will use that. That is fantastic. I love it. It's great. Sci-hi. Got it. Unknown how many bosses are in Stranger of Paradise. What do we do after Stranger of Paradise? Does Timesia have a release date yet? I know it got delayed, but do we... It didn't release December 7th. But do we know... It doesn't have a date at all now. Whenever Timesia comes out, it will get slotted up in here. Like whenever Timesia comes out, that gets moved up. What about the other one, the Bloodborne looking one? Oh, Lies of P. That's what you're talking about. The Pinocchio game. To be announced. Nowhere close then. Set to be finished and released by 2023. Okay. Don't even need to worry about that one for a while then. They won't Souls like. Hollow Knight Silksong. It's not coming soon unless they shadow drop it. Elden Ring, Black Myth Wukong, I believe they said is 2023. Timesia, Sands of War, Liza P, Bleak Space, Forspoken, Moonray, Lords of the Fallen 2. This isn't happening. Lords of the Fallen 2 is not happening. Calm down. Sand is the Soul. Didn't this come out? Maybe, maybe not. Aether, who knows if Aether is ever releasing? I hope it does. I don't know if anyone ever actually. I don't even know if they know. Sand is the Soul. Hollow Knight Silksong. Bleak Faith Forsaken. It is happening, but a long while in the future, I think. What is, they're the same people that made The Surge, right? Which is made by who? Deck 13. We haven't heard what their next project is. right now. Of course, they released The Surge 2 in 2019. They got bought by Focus Home Interactive in June of 2020. And in February of 2021, they opened a development studio in Montreal, which is right when everyone got nailed. Oh, wait, no, that was in the middle of the pandemic. Okay. Deck 13, next game. So they have 2 studios now, but we don't know anything that's coming out from either of them. It could be Lords of the Fallen 2, I guess. Will act as a support studio for the German mothership, which already has begun development on their next project set to be released in 2022. Hasn't been announced, though. We're in 2022 now. All right. Three years between Lords of the Fallen and The Surge. 2 years between The Surge and The Surge 2. 2022 would be right in terms of their normal steps. Be 2 or 3 years if they released it this year. Pandemic might change that, though. So maybe 2023. Okay. 5 upgrade coming Souls like that aren't Elden Ring. Soul? What the fuck? That was a full page ad that got through my script blocker. Suck my taint glitch.online. Oh, I think we watched a trailer for this. Well, we don't know when this one's coming out either. This one looked good. This one looked really good. Yeah, I remember this one. This one looks good. Yeah. Don't know when that's coming either. Fuck that website. Yeah, no kidding. Q2 2022. I don't think we've seen anything about this one. I don't even remember seeing a trailer or anything for this one. So how sidetracked are we from the original game plan or whatever it was? Actually, not that bad. Not as bad as you might think. A 10-minute gameplay demo. Did we not watch anything for this? Did this one slip through the cracks? This is Timesia. Although I don't know why Bleak Faith Forsaken popped up for the Timesia one. Don't know. Since we're needing to find a new game after 30 other streams. Hey now. Be nice. It had a Kickstarter reel. Okay, I'm gonna drop these into the reaction links channel. They had a gameplay update 4 weeks ago. Calm down. 100-man Slayer? Is this a Soulsian? What do you mean 100-man Slayer? If I hear 100-man Slayer, I honestly much more think of a... I'll just put this whole channel in the reaction links thing. That makes me think of freaking Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, Dynasty Warrior, yeah. Except, what do they call Dynasty Warrior games? There's a term that I hear people use for Dynasty Warriors, and it's not Dynasty Warriors. Manslaughter? Funny, but no. I'm not sure. What if I put Dynasty Warriors genre? Genre. I don't know. I won't worry about it right now. This is the one that I'm really looking forward to, though. No, it was one word, but I don't remember what it was. Some weird-ass word. Ender Lily, Stranger of Paradise. No, it was... this is not it, but it was like Tenchi Mujo style games or something like that. It was a word that my brain is not offering me whatsoever right now. How many bosses are there in Demon Souls? Have you tried the gaming on Netflix? I have not. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There are 16 bosses in Demon Souls. They have games now on mobile. It's great. I guess. Yeah, I'd really like Ader to come out at some point, but I'm not sure if it's ever going to. Ow. That sounds terrible. I agree. Okay. So that's the plan. 2 more weeks of Neo 2. We'll play 4 weeks of Ender Lilies. Hopefully finish it in that time. If it looks like we won't, I'll try to get a bonus stream in to finish it out. Stranger of Paradise, for however long Stranger of Paradise takes. If we get a release date on Timesia at some point, then we'll move Timesia up. But until it actually releases, we'll pause. We'll just leave it down here. I do want to play Dark Souls 3 before I play Elden Ring. So we might move Elden Ring somewhere in here. Maybe like after the Surge 2. Like move Mortal Shell down and put Elden Ring here. I kind of want to argue if 2D games are Soulsian, that God of War also fits. God of War, like... Well, I remember seeing somebody, I don't remember if it was on Twitter or somewhere else, but someone made the argument that, like, all video games, every single video game that exists in the world is either Dark Souls or Persona, and there are no other video games that exist. And someone was like, well, what's Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? They're like, it's a Dark Souls game, obviously. Like, if you clearly don't understand if you had to fucking ask that. God of War, it's a Dark Souls game. And then, like, if it's not a Dark Souls game, it's a Persona game. And that's the only 2 genres that exist in the world. And every single game they had an answer for. So it was like, what about chess? Fuck you, it's Dark Souls. Like, like you either have fucking Persona, weeaboo anime, turn-based games, or you have Dark Souls, and there is no in-between. What's Super Mario? Super Mario's Dark Souls. God, this isn't that hard. But, I mean, it's like Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is, as much as everyone's like, Hollow Knight is a 2D Dark Souls, it is, but it's skirting the line pretty hard in my opinion. Salt and Sanctuary, which I have on this master list, is much more. A hard one would be visual novel. Visual novels are Persona. Salt and Sanctuary is definitely much more of a 2D Dark Souls than Hollow Knight is. Much more. Salt and Sanctuary is really rough in a lot of ways too. But after playing Hollow Knight, I'm like, this kind of skirts the line pretty hard on being considered a Soulsian. I see why people call it a Soulsian, but Salt and Sanctuary is a Dark Souls. It's clunky. Oh, my dude. Like, all of the enemies are over here. You care about this fucking treat bag. I hate you. We're gonna lose. Which makes me big sad, because I wanted to finish this one so that the next fight would be the boss fight, and we could end on the boss fight, but now we're just in an even more awkward, like, break. Maybe we won't lose if this healer can get some more heals off on these tanks up front. It's gonna be really close. There's just so many enemies. Realness with the sit-ups. Oh, we magically just won out of nowhere. All right, cool. I won't complain. Fuck it, make a new category just called Game and throw both of those genres into it, right? 3 flag bearers, they can be yours for 420 channel points. Oh, we didn't actually have that many enemies left. The doors count as enemies. All right, anyway. Most kills go to El Cadadiano with 25, AP10 with 14, Speedy Misha with 12, most assists to Athena with 11, Miss Emma Games with 8, and then Speedy Misha with 4. Going random on the flag bearers is 4. The doors was enemy, and the allies was doors. Option was gone for so long. Yeah, it's because it's so it hurts my tailbone a lot to do too many sit-ups. I don't know how to not make it hurt my tailbone. It didn't hurt my tailbone before when I was upstairs because I had really thick, cushy carpet. But every option I've tried to find to not hurt my fucking tailbone has not worked very well. Going random in 3, 2, 1. Not do them like a jackass? I don't know what that means. Isn't everything I do done like a jackass if I just am a jack? I have a yoga mat. Athena has one. It does not help. Still hurts my tailbone. Are your jeans digging into your Yabuchi or something? Fucking maybe. There is a belt loop. Well, I don't know if it's right in the middle on these ones, but I can also try supporting my feet better on the using the rack here. Like your belt loop? Maybe. Yeah, it could be. Are we starting a thick-ass rug fund? Like, literal ass rug? He's cheating. How am I cheating? How am I cheating? How was that cheating? I hate this angle. Hi. You're welcome. Banned. Fuck. Arms? My arms were held right here. I just kept them to my chest. How else am I supposed to do them? Where are my arms supposed to be? Like, genuine question. Interlocked behind the head? Okay, hang on. Let me put this back over here. Let me turn this farther so you can see me better. That? Is that what you want? Like here? On your shoulders crossed? Like this? That's how I had them, was like that, right here. I wasn't like throwing my hands out to like, I don't know, get fake momentum. Move this over here for a second. Oh, shit. That's not what I wanted to do at all. No, fucking damn it. Fuck you, Google. How long is Skies of Arcadia? Because I don't trust how long to beat. Oh, I guess I did have them straight out. Whatever. I'm not using them for force though. They're holding position, man. What do you want of me? How long is Skies of Arcadia? Let me look at how long to beat. I know you said you don't trust it, but let me look at it real quick. And let me see if I feel like they're even close. Wow, they're also like short on actual people giving information. Legends has more in it. 41 hours, 53 hours, 65 and a half hours for completionist. So I know that you're a completionist, and I don't feel like 65 and a half hours is accurate. I feel like it's longer than that. This person, like, they have rushed at 56, median at 65, and leisure at 75 and a half. that might be closer. 75 and a half hours might be closer in terms of completion. Are you going to use a guide at all, Real? If you use a guide, you could probably get around in like 60 to 70 hours. If you don't use a guide, probably closer to 80, if not higher than that. But if you're also you're doing if you're doing core Skies of Arcadia on the Sega Saturn and not Legends, then it might that makes a big difference actually. I'd probably put it around 60 hours if you're doing Skies of Arcadia on the Dreamcast. If you're doing Skies of Arcadia Legends, I'd probably put it at 80 to 80 plus. Because the stuff that they add in Legends is really good stuff, but it's stuff that it will be Legends. Okay, then yeah, expect 80 hours. Because they add a whole bunch of like, this is going to make it sound worse than it is. They add a whole bunch of checkboxes. They're really good feeling checkboxes, but they're checkboxes. And they are checkboxes that require you to go everywhere. And the world map is actually pretty significant in terms of its size, especially since it's a 3D world map because of the airships and stuff. So yeah, 80 hours minimum, I would say. Because of the extra content. It's really good extra content, but it takes a while to check off those boxes. So yeah, I'd probably say to be reliant around 80 hours. Maybe not my next JRPG, but this year is the year. I don't think that you will regret it when you do put the time into it. It definitely is an investment though. Like I won't like hide, like keep that as like something that it might not be the case, because it's got some fucking heft to it. But it's a really good game, at least in my memory. It's a really good game. I would do it sooner, but Dragon Quest 7 is long as fuck too and is higher priority. Wanted something kind of short first. Skies of Arcadia Legends is not the choice then. Not the choice. Don't be my next big game after Dragon Quest 7 though. It's a good choice. It's a very good choice. Tarkov _ Schwan. I try and keep Schwan at the front. Especially since, like, the Twitch name is Schwan _, the Vods channel is Schwan _ Vods. I think it's Schwan _ Vods. Yeah, Schwan _ Vods. There's a space there, I guess. Not a space here. I think I'm still able to edit it. Oh, I forgot something on this. A little bit of a stubby T, it's fine. Something shorter, Legend of Heroes, that are maybe one of the Hyperdimension Neptunia games. I don't know if real... your name and Tarkov just don't sound like they go together. No, that's fair. It's understandable. I can change it, I'm pretty sure, just basically freely, though. Yeah, you can change it basically freely. Pretty sure this just actively changes it. Where's the save button? There it is. Yeah. Because until you get to a certain size to where you get, like, the custom URL, your channel name can just be fucking changed out however the fuck you want. Yeah, real, how many fucking JRPGs did you play in 2020? Like 500 or some stupid number? You played a lot. Going for all the US release turn-based games. Try not to really go past PS1 yet. There are a few exceptions. Yeah, Skies Arcadia Legends is probably one of my favorite JRPGs of all time. I think it did like 20 total, 16 were first time. You played a shitload. Seemed like every couple of weeks you were playing a new one. Euro went crazy in general. Oh, right. It was the number of games that you completed for that contest, and you got to too many, is what I'll say. Too many games. I would never do that again. I'm amazed you did it in the first place. I need to message my emote artist. This is fine. need to minimize this. Is Genticles live right now? Genticles is not live. That's fine. Calm down. Should have saved that there. That's fine. Yeah, I'm a big fan of my own emotes. Move this over here. And I literally just... I just want to drag it, the whole folder. Not exactly how I wanted to do that, but you know. I didn't want to copy the shortcut. Seems like what I wanted is not actually as simple as I had hoped that it would be. It's fine. Bummer. That's all right. later. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Ugh. Ow. I'm all right. Go like this. Like, new alpha. It was just a small fix. What emote are you wanting now, or is the badge thingy for 24 months? Forget actually where I'm at on badges. Is that under emotes? Affiliate. Badges. We only have out to 1.5 years right now. I could probably adjust these. Like, I'd probably keep putting the rainbow one to whatever is the farthest out, right? So when we get to 2 years, I'll move the rainbow out to 2 years and then maybe adjust, like, slide the 2 months to 3, like, and just not have something at 2 months, or I don't know. There's more colors that could go in here as well. But no, I want, there's a couple more that I want that have come up. And I want one with the flappy ear hat for, it's going to be really small. But like Genticles is the one that has the best example. I might be able to blow this up like a little bit. Something along these lines, but with the swan instead, obviously. Yeah, the Ushanka. Yeah, it's been a hot minute, hasn't it, Dimden? Yeah, I've seen Arceus' gameplay. Not, like, super in-depth of it, but I've seen it. Is that freaking, is that Bizzle as Ninja? All the times I've poorly described how well modern turn-based while I compare it to Final Fantasy 12 is literally Arceus. Yeah, I like a lot of what I've seen of Arceus, except for the visuals. The visuals are pretty rough. Since they did duos in League, that's sick. "10 months of fun and lack of sleep makes 10 months feel like a short time. The last 2 years has felt like a very short time, while also feeling really insanely long." Ooh. Oh, dysgraphia. Help me. All right. I am sad that I have known Corona longer than I have known Swan. Oh, God. Oh, God. Don't say that. Oh, that made me sad. Oh, the complexity of time is a wonderful thing. Sort of. What emote does anyone feel is missing in terms of the Swan emotes? If there is one that you feel is missing. Since February, January was Salty playing the Surge. Yeah, I think it was February. I've known Schwan since Ebola. Yeah. You know me a hot minute. Where are we going? Get him, chompers. I'm going to measure all my relationships now by what pan or epidemic was going on. Seems reasonable. Get him, chompers. What emote do I think is missing? Well, some of them I'm taking inspiration. So one, I mentioned the Genticles, Ushanka, like Tarkov hat, flappy ear hat emote that Genticles has, and I would like one of those with the swan underneath it. I really like Athena's cozy owl, this one, and I like a swan version of it. Athena also has this one, which I like a lot. We have an angry swan, but it's this swan. But I wouldn't mind something that kind of looks like that swearing angry ass owl. We don't actually have a... Does Athena have one? Or I guess I should say, does Athena have it uploaded? We don't have a GG emote. So like a GG swan of some sort. We have 1 Musketeer and 1 Centurion, either which can be yours for 420 channel points. Most kills to myself with 62, followed by Dr. Swolls with 20, and then Speedy Misha with 9. Most assists to El Canadiano with 6, followed by AP10 with 5, and then Kamikaze with 3. Well, that's kind of like what the Genticles emote would be. Duck Jam or Bird Brave? I don't know. I mean, the duck is already really close to a swan. Like, it's already just like generic white bird, right? And we do have a jam swan. Going random. AP10 with a Musketeer, Speedy Meets with a Centurion. I normally try and submit my emote requests in packs of 5 or 10, which is why I'm trying to find out if there's another one that we can slot in there. What is this? Girl Boss Node. Alright, close that. So, like, Ushanka Swan, or Russian Swan, however you want to look at it. Cozy Swan, Angry Swan, GG Swan, that's 4. I was trying to think of, like, another one. We have so many already, right? Like, so, trying to get another one in there is a challenge sometimes. Like, we already have, you know, so many, and this is, like, I'm not even actually confident if this is all of them. Maybe like a sick one, like green-faced, like it looks like it's gonna vomit. Like bulgy cheeks. Like a... I've also kind of wanted one that said bye instead of hi. Bye-bye, you know. Oh no, I'll think on it a little bit. They haven't actually said if they have capacity for additional commissions right now. All right, who's streaming? Who is streaming? Zamoody is streaming. Have they finished Cold Read? Last fight for the... Oh, they're getting ready to be done in just a couple of minutes. Who else is in Stream Raiders? Their name is Nevermind? That is a giant VTuber model. Like, okay, I guess all the models are the same size, but this is taking up a significant amount of the screen.
It fucking got out. Oh.
Try without pet at the end.
I'm looking to raid you! So well, hello there, Zamoody. Quick, we got to raid before Zamoody. Who are we raiding? That's a great question. I was looking in here. So many new names. So many new names. Do you know anything about Nevermind? Like, they're doing a partner push. Like, I don't mind helping the people that do want to do the push. At least send lurkers their way, you know? Live 2D model by Fleecevian. Cool. Sure, we'll go to Nevermind.
I did buy it. Heck yeah. And you can get a...
If anything, it passes off lurkers so that they, if they want to push for partner.
Do I not get Gamer Balls if I buy 10 Game Balls?
Are they playing like RuneScape in there? What even is that? Okay. That's where I'm going to head, Zamudi, is to Nevermind. If you would like to accompany, you are most welcome. But obviously, if you do not feel comfortable doing so, that's perfectly fine. But also a quick shout out to Zamudi, who was going to raid us. Thank you so much for considering raiding us. I hope Cold Read went well today. I hope that you're well, friend. I hope that Dead by Daylight is treating you well. Go check out Zamudi, great streamer. He's the wizard of Twitch and a great place to hang out if you are looking to do one. But we're going to go raid Nevermind and send the lurkers their way for helping them out with that Stream Raiders partner push that they're working on. As for myself, those are the socials. Hey, Shay, thank you so much for the lurk. We're going to be passing your lurk on to somebody who is trying to do their Stream Raiders push. But it's good to see you, friend. I hope that you're well, and I hope that you get your full skin soon. Those are my socials. If you want to go give me a follow, I appreciate it a lot. For those that follow the channel today, thank you so much for the follow. We'll be live again on Tuesday. If everything works out, instead of our normal Halo stuff, we'll probably be doing something different on Tuesday, but I don't want to say too much just in case it doesn't actually go through. But just a heads up, might be doing something besides Halo on Tuesday. You might be seeing somebody who I don't think has ever actually joined us on Tuesday. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Well, maybe they did for Back 4 Blood. I don't know. Anyway, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But for now, we're going to go raid Nevermind. If you need the raid message. Hello? There it is. That's the raid message. If you are not a sub, you can unlock that raid emote for 100 channel points, and that'll allow you to use it when we go and raid Nevermind. But that's it, everybody. I will be back on Tuesday. Go check out the YouTube channel. Go check out the Vods channel. Follow me on Twitter. Yell at me. Trust me, I love talking, and I would love to talk some more if you want to talk with me. But we're going to get out of here. I appreciate all of you very much, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!